그냥 한 먹어봐 들리잖아.
맞아.
유시한테.
맞아. And if there is anything about this presentation that you didn't understand, then it's fine to forget about it.
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't. If there's anything that didn't make sense to you, then just forget about it.
Then that really do. That has the shy chance to buy.
So Rinpoche will conclude at this point for this evening and invites any questions if you have any.
During the Jamba is some shays, and Jamba is 10 about. And it's just similar to the sun shays.
So tonight Rinpoche has discussed the basic forms of loving kindness and compassion. And tomorrow evening Rinpoche would like to discuss the topic of limitless loving kindness and compassion along with bodhicitta, the awakened heart. Are there any questions?
When one comes across his or her enemy, how is that enemy tamed through loving kindness? Was that unclear?
If one comes across as a what kind of
If one comes across his or her enemy, how is that enemy tamed through loving kindness?
So la da chik tuk na. Chamba da ning jeki da te la kandes tu de.
Tin the penang ngarang la dajana. Daji chik bar tamu kok sama tak ya. Kok karen da bare. Kok karen mindo bakar kok sama kare. Ngarang ko ni jeba chak. Tamu ngan. Ngarang ko sa ko ngarang sama ya ko sa. Kado ko la nondur ye. Ko le kyen na. Mare tene tamu dilam tamu jeba jana. Kyen suin ba. Nondur suin ba. Salba ha ko to. Tamu ko deba sama tang ani jeba chak.
So first of all, what we do when we encounter an enemy is that we think about how they want to be happy and be free from suffering just the same way we do. And then after we contemplate that, we try to put ourselves in their shoes, so to speak. We try to exchange ourselves for them. So we try to look from their point of view, what it is that they're thinking about.
And
if we look at the situation from their perspective, we'll be able to see very clearly who is wrong, who has the mistaken idea, and who's at fault in the situation. We'll be able to see our own faults clearly as well as their faults.
Tadi ta ti jela karchogore ti jela tene penna ta ngage karchogore jamba de inji tike ta chi ko ge chu sumbu ye ko le kyen choye ko ge sinda mangbo ne do na ne ko le pemichido ko yan dewan do bare dungal mendo bare korang ngo ya gore chi ba korang ngo ya gore korang dewa do dungal mendo bate naram chi bare ina ko thap lam de mo so lam no bacha ये खाली नहीं खोले या दोनों चेने कल पे में तुम ये दोनों चेने challenge ये शिवा दांग इंजी को
So if we examine this person from their own perspective, if we try to put ourselves in their position, and we find that still that person is clearly at fault and is acting in a confused way, we'll still be able to see that situation with compassion, because we'll see how the person is desiring happiness but is confused about how to accomplish the happiness that they desire. They might be harming us and they might be harming many other people too, and we can see that it's actually harming the happiness that they're trying to achieve. So at that time, if it's possible for us to challenge that person in a way that will stop this negative action, then it's okay for us to do that, because we'll have a good motivation for doing it. And if we do that, it's instructed that we do so in a peaceful way, in a way that's, of course, having loving kindness.
Then don't mention it. Can't do that. Then, you can say, "Oh, but it's love go matters." Convention. Pen, my pen didn't look at it. Try best. I don't the way now. I don't sell a tablet.
So when we confront our enemy in that way or challenge them, try to stop them from doing the negative action that they're doing, we should do so in a way that's not going to make them upset more. We shouldn't call them names or anything like that, but rather try to explain them clearly the reasons why what they're doing is harmful, why it's harming them and other people. And whether it ends up benefiting them in the end or not is not really up to us. We can simply just try our best. And if through this contemplation we find that we're the ones at fault, then we can then start trying to remove those faults in ourselves. And if it's over a very small issue, like where to place a cup on a table, then we can simply let go of the whole thing and let the other person have their way. So it's important to cultivate patience in times like that. So if we treat our enemy harshly by speaking harshly to them and using rough words, then that's not going to give them any chance to see their own faults. It's going to perpetuate the anger in them, and it's going to elicit more aggressive responses from them. But if we have patience towards our enemy, and even if they're treating us aggressively, if we bear that with patience, we're giving them the space to see the faults of their own aggression. And after they're done venting their aggression on us, there's going to be space for them to stand there and say, "Oh, maybe I was wrong in saying that, or wrong in doing that." And if that happens, they're going to have more respect for you in the end and more loving kindness towards you in the end.
I have many questions, but I think I'll just pick one. I wanted to say thank you. You're a great storyteller. And I guess the one question that I would really like to answer is, eventually, hopefully, we'll have no more enemies. And so in that utopia, will we be able to have, will there ever be that utopia of loving kindness where everybody has loving kindness towards each other?
If we practice in this way, yes, it is possible.
Yes, it is possible?
Yes. If we practice, we can accomplish anything.